Welcome to the Astro Forecast for the week of January 16th to the 22nd. I'm sure you can hear I still have laryngitis. It is getting better, but the forecast has to go on, y'all. Like, I have to get this out to you. I want to make sure that it's in the system so that we can watch it. If you're watching it on YouTube, it's there in time. So deadlines are deadlines, and I'm feeling much better. It's just my voice is pretty bad still. If I sound like, I don't know what I sound like. So let's get on with it, shall we? This is a big week in the astrology. We have two planets changing direction. We have a super new moon, and we have two major aspects that are, let's say, groundbreaking, transformational, or maybe even challenging. So let's see where this week is going to lead us. So we start off the week on January 16th in a fourth quarter phase, meaning that the moon is losing light. It is not a lot of energy in the collective, but Mars just went direct. So we're having a little bit more energy coming back in again, where it is kind of stationary direct still. Like he takes a little bit of time to gain momentum, right? So we're not going to start to feel that momentum really coming in until about January 22nd or so. So if you're still feeling tired, or you're feeling like your motivation's a little shot, or you're kind of just still stuck in incubation mode, it's okay. It's okay. Things are going to move ahead very fast, very soon. So take your time. Okay. So January 16th, not a lot of aspects on that day. I mean, really, there's aspects that are kind of in play for this week already on Monday. But the moon is in Scorpio, and we have an opposition from the moon to Uranus, very quick one on that day, and a square to Venus on that day as well. So it's going to be a bit of a maybe anxious day. You're feeling the energy changing. Maybe your relationships and you aren't jiving, or you're just feeling irritated by everybody. It's okay. It's okay. It's going to pass, right? Because where you're really going to feel it is Wednesday, January 18th, where Mercury goes direct. Now we call this stationary direct, meaning that it's not actually like moving forward. It's just kind of standing still. Now, planets retrograde, meaning when planets retrograde, that means that it goes slower than the Earth. So mathematically, it's slowing down to the Earth or going negative to the Earth, meaning it's going backwards in the zodiac. In the sky, we can see that it looks like it's going backwards because we're going faster than that planet in the trajectory around the sun. So when a planet goes stationary direct, it's almost like a pendulum kind of stopping at the top of its pendulation and then coming back down again. It's a very potent time because that planet is sitting on that degree. And in this case, Mercury is sitting on the 8th degree of Gemini. So this Gemini energy of kind of I want it, but I don't. It's very curious. It's very mercurial. Like it's very, thinking. Mercury rules Gemini. So it's, if you've been thinking that like your thoughts or decision making isn't moving forward, or you want to learn something but then you don't, or you want to sign up for something but then you're not sure, like it's very wishy-washy when Mercury's retrograde in Gemini, because we're not sure what we want to do, right? Geminis have a lot of knowledge, curiosity, connection. They love to understand how things work, right? And they collect a lot of little bits of information. So when Mercury is stationary direct, which is going to be for this whole week, y'all, it's not going to be a time where everything's good now. And you're going to see that crap on social media. And I want you to just say no to crap. Just say no to crap, because it's not true. We're not out of the woods yet. Communication, misunderstandings, delay in travel, y'all, email, texting issues, you're going to have it this week because not only because of that new moon in Aquarius, super new moon Aquarius ruling the internet, Wi-Fi, nervous system, all of that kind of stuff that moves through the air. You're going to feel it. And we also have Uranus going stationary direct later this week. It's already stationary direct today. So you're feeling this energy of like, it's almost like it's penetrating and you can't move. That's going to be this week. It's intense. It's smart. It's air. It's intense. It's overthinking things. A great week to ground yourself, to really bring yourself back to what can you affect? What is happening in your world, right? If you're feeling all churned up, if you're feeling like you're lost in your thoughts, bring yourself back down again. Meditate. Go for a walk in nature. Ground your feet into the ground. Do a really cool grounding meditation. Drinking water, eating nourishing food for your body, right? Your physical body, doing things that are going to help you stay present in the moment. You see your mind wandering to the future or to the past, bring yourself into the moment. A really good technique that I do with my clients that have anxiety is that you look around the room and you're present with the room. I see the curtains. I see the wall, the color of the walls. I see my hand. My hand feels smooth. I love the color of my nails. My nails match my pants and my hair. You start to like bring yourself into this present moment. Another really great way to bring yourself into presence and to change your energy is gratitude. And it might be hard at first, especially if you're going through a tough time. Just start small, right? Just start small. I'm thankful for my hands. I'm thankful that my fingers work. I'm thankful that I have full range of motion. I'm thankful that my arms are strong. I'm thankful that I love bright colors. By the way, bright colors are coming back. That's an Aries Libra thing coming up later in this year, but you're going to see more pastels and bright colors coming back in again, y'all. So bring yourself into the present. Gratitude, grounding, being in the moment, witnessing what is happening around you. This present moment is all that matters because you are creating your future with every choice, every decision, every thought that you are thinking in this now moment. Okay? Important. Mercury rules the mind, communication, thoughts. And we don't want to be caught up in our thoughts, ruminating and kind of cycling. Spirit's showing me being on a hamster wheel and just like over and over and over again. Because on the same day that Mercury goes direct in Gemini, we also have the Sun conjunct to Pluto. This is a powerful aspect, y'all. Pluto rules death, rebirth, and transformation. He is evolutionary. He is so slow. He takes 246 years to go around the zodiac. 246 years, right? So he's not going to be here again in your lifetime, right? These are the ending degrees of Capricorn. And this year, Pluto is going to move into Aquarius just for a short time, for just a couple months, and then he's going to move in longer next year and then stay in at the end of next year. That is a pivotal time. He spends 20 years in the sign. So this is not going to happen. You're not going to see him come back to Capricorn in your lifetime, and maybe not even in your children's lifetime, y'all. Like if you have children, it's not a thing. But it's so important for you to understand that when Pluto is moving through these last degrees of Capricorn, this is going to be a very intense time for the collective. Capricorn is about structures, old school doing things. Capricorn energy is government, policies, old white man thinking. And if you're an old white man watching this, hi. And you know what? You can be progressive too, right? Everyone has the opportunity to be progressive. So when I say old white man thinking, it means like the founding fathers of our countries, because they were thinking about patriarchy. Women didn't have the right to vote yet. They didn't understand that indigenous people lived here and had a full thriving culture and were very richly imbued with the energy of this land and did not need saving, right? And so we're starting to see all of that crap starting to like churn up, y'all. I don't know, this laryngitis got me kind of saucy. Hey, you notice my vibe feels different. Maybe it's the new year. I don't know. Pluto and the Sun coming together exactly on Wednesday, January 18th. But because Pluto's so slow and the Sun moves 1 degree per day, you're going to feel this aspect all week. Okay. So the Sun is our vitality, our energy, our identity. And the Sun is now in Capricorn, kind of traversing those last degrees before it moves into Aquarius to, when Friday. It's on Friday. This is Wednesday. So as the Sun is coming to those last degrees, Pluto is sitting there too, right? Pluto is moving direct, really slow. And so the Sun moves to sit with Pluto in the sky. This is going to bring up evolution. This is going to bring up transformation. So on the positive side, this is a great day to investigate, to research, to go deep into your past and understand why you are the way you are, right? Pluto answers why, right? Ruling planet Scorpio. Scorpio likes to go deep, right? Deep into the psyche, into your emotions, understand why do we do the things we do, right? So these are the positives of this day, possibilities of positives that you can use this energy. If you're feeling like you're ruminating, if you're feeling like you're re-traumatized by something, sit in that why. Why do I feel like this? Right? Yeah, of course, something came in to trigger you. And of course, if somebody came in and like literally hurt you, like stabbed you or hurt you, that's of course, that's traumatizing. That's a thing that's happening in the moment, right? But like the other day, my son slammed the door. I lost it, right? I could feel myself just like, and I was like, okay, wait, this isn't him. This is not irrational. Like I could feel myself get hot. And I know when my face gets hot, I'm coming unhinged, right? So I was like, okay, what is this about? And it reminded me that I grew up in a house where people slammed doors when they were upset. And so that upsetness brought back memories. My nervous system was triggered back to that time. But had I reacted in that moment when my son slammed this door, I would have gone and ripped a strip off him, right? But instead, in that moment, I went, whoa, this is not a normal reaction to a slamming door. I was like, literally like, no, right? And I sat in that moment. I said to him, I went up to him and I'm like, we do not slam doors in this house. Do you understand? This reminds me of my childhood and this will never happen again. Do you understand? Or every door that is in your vicinity, in your room, will be gone. Okay. There's a consequence to that action. That's still an appropriate response, that there must be consequences to actions. We live in a world of consequences, right? But it has to come from a loving place. I said, and here's why I don't like slamming doors. And slamming doors is very rude and disrespectful. Why are you taking out your anger on a door, right? Let's talk about it. Or maybe you need to punch a punching bag or take it out somewhere else that's more appropriate. Do not hurt my house. You know what I mean? And the sound of it too is very triggering for me because it elicits a trauma response from my childhood. Now, I call it a trauma response, but really it's a memory that evokes a negative emotion, right? That's what it is. So if you don't like the word trauma, don't worry. Okay, don't have to use it, right? But it's really the emotion that's coming up in you. Your resiliency is required for what is coming ahead. And resiliency can only be obtained if you're sitting with yourself and how you are feeling. Really important this week, okay? So the sun conjunct Pluto can also come up in a not so great way in terms of isolation, depression, anxiety, addiction, things that feel like you just want to numb up. You don't want to do that because you're so sensitive with this super new moon. It can actually lead to very negative consequences. You are very sensitive at this time. So please, if you are a recreational drug user, do not use as much as you normally would, okay? Because you're just it's a very sensitive time. And I would invite you to really understand and do the psychological work. Why? Why are you going to that coping mechanism when you can be really understanding what's happening in your body? Right? It is medicine. It's medicine that allows you to do the internal work, right? So uncover secrets, research, psychic, really the ability to influence your life right now and really make massive, proper evolutionary changes is a possibility to you now. But it starts here first. Right? You have to do the somatic work. All right, Friday, January 20th. We have the sun moving into Aquarius. Happy birthday, Aquarians. Oh, some of the best people in my life are Aquarians. They are an intellectual bunch, y'all, right? It's a fixed air sign. So air being intellect, ideas, inspiration, connection, humanity is Aquarius. And a fixed sign means that they have values, they have beliefs, they have ideals. And so the propensity for Aquarians when they're turned up too loud is over ideation, is judgment, being the judge, juror, and executioner for everybody around you. No, say no to judgment. And the beauty of Aquarius is that they are so humanitarian based. They want to help others. They always want to they're always making sure that what they are doing is in alignment with their values and ethics. They are highly ethical people, right? They're very intellectually ethical. So they think their way through their feelings. So oftentimes an Aquarian can come across as cold or shallow, but they're not. They're actually very deep and they're very heartfelt. But they think through their feelings as opposed to feel their feelings. So you're not going to see an Aquarian cry. You're going to see them go, I feel like I want to cry right now, but I'm not going to because this is happening because of this. I love my Aquarians, right? So this is going to bring up for the collective a very potent time for us to come together and do what is right for each other, right? We are moving into a time later this year that's going to be about the me and we axis. So there is a possibility here for toxic individualization, or toxic individualism is the terminology. So I highly, highly recommend you come to my astrology for 2023, planning for the year ahead, so you can understand all these aspects in a deeper way and how they come in for you. So please do check that out. It's all over my social media. And if you're on my newsletter, you'll see the link below on my newsletter to sign up for this workshop. It comes with a handout and it is potent, y'all. It's going to really help you understand what this year is about. This is a transition year. This is a big year. We are birthing a new reality, a new paradigm for 2023, 2024, 2025. That's when Pluto moves into Aquarius. The Saturn is moving into Pisces. We've got the nodes moving into new signs, Libra and Aries. This is like big energy that we're not going to see again in our lifetime, y'all. Like this is change coming, big change coming. And I want you to be on the forefront of it and understand why, what's happening, what is it meant to do. So when that energy presents in your life, you're like, this is what Sheetal was talking about. Right? You're not a victim of your circumstances. You are an empowering being that is making their life, and your thoughts and your actions are creating your reality. You have potent power in your life. I'm so excited for you. All right. On this same day as the sun moving into Aquarius, we have Mercury in conjunct to Mars. So Mercury in conjunct to Mars means now Mercury is stationary direct, right? So we had this aspect on Tuesday and here on Friday as well. So it's going to be in play all week. And it means that our mind and our energy to move forward aren't really working together. There's an adjustment being made between our beliefs and our passions. So you're starting to see that there is going to be some challenges this week with how you want to move forward now. You're like, wait a second, I used to always sleep in. Now I'm going to try waking up a little bit early. I'm going to meditate, I'm going to journal, and I'm going to pull a card for myself. And I'm just going to notice how I feel. How does it change my day? Or maybe you're starting on a new regime where you're like, I'm going to wake up half an hour early and work out and see how that feels in my day and my body. And you realize if you do that, you don't actually need coffee because you're just so energized. You're so awake from your workout that you're now like, I have so much energy in the day, right? It actually works. So you're going to try out some of these new habits this week and you're going to see there's going to be a little friction because there's going to be time where you're going to be like, oh, like I was coughing all night. I don't want to wake up and do all the things. But if I do that, I just got to go to bed early. But it's going to work out because it makes my day so much better. Creating new habits, right? This is a perfect time for that. You're going to see that and notice the friction that is causing in your life when you want to go back to the old habits, and you're going to stick with the new because you know that the person you want to be in 2023 and 2024 requires you to do this work now. You will be thankful. Trust me. All right, Saturday, January 21st, we have a super new moon in Aquarius and at the first degree of Aquarius. This is the third of 5 new moons at the first degree of a sign. This is potent, y'all. When the universe hands us these continuations, and it's something that we have to take real care to observe. This is a big new beginning for the collective. 5 new moons at the very beginning degrees of the sign. Can't make this stuff up, you know? And the cycle and why this is happening is creating new shifts, right? A new moon allows us to set intentions and create new cycles in our life that are going to come to fruition 6 months later, y'all. So 6 months from now ish, at the full moon in Aquarius, this intention that you set now is going to come to fruition. So pay attention. What are you planting seeds of now? What's coming up for you in your life? And Aquarius is all about being our individual self and using our gifts and talents out into the collective. It's a bit of a paradox, right? Because Leo is really about finding what your unique gift and talent is. And then Aquarius is about using that out into the collective. They're opposites, right? So you got to find your unique voice. You got to find that little, use that heart of a lion, use that voice, and now bring it into Aquarian-ness by being it out into the collective, elevating humanity, being there for your fellow man, woman, and really helping the world elevate in some way, right? This is now we're going into an Aquarian time. 2150, 2152, I think it is when we will officially be starting the new age of Aquarius. So we are birthing that paradigm now, right? And you can see that we're coming together. What is a collective? We're fighting for each other's rights, right? Did you hear about it's in Iran? There is executions now being sort of people who are protesting for women's rights and speaking out against atrocities. They are on death row, and politicians around the world are adopting an Iranian person on death row that is there by political affiliation, not because they've done anything wrong, right? We're not saving bad guys. We're saving people that are trying to change the regime. So politicians from around the world, from Europe, US, Canada, Asia, like they're adopting these people on these kind of that are going to be executed and are lobbying for them to be saved. So each person has numerous people that are lobbying on their behalf. And it's really hard for Iran, who is trying to show itself as a world legitimate power after taking control, that they're trying to show that they're a just regime and that they are capable of playing on a world stage. So it's interesting because the world is putting pressure. The collective Aquarius is putting pressure on this old school regime, Capricorn, Pluto and Capricorn, to change it. This is how astrology works. This is called mundane astrology. When we apply astrology to political things that are happening around the world. So cool, y'all. Astrology works. So this super new moon in Aquarius is happening at 1 degree and 32 minutes of Aquarius, beginning degrees of the sign. It's a super moon, meaning that it is closest to the Earth. And Aquarius is ruling planet Uranus sounds more appropriate, is going to be stationary direct. He's actually going direct the next day on Sunday. Potent. That energy is evolutionary. It's change, chaos, being your individual self, bringing about change through movement, right? Through big changes. Evolutionary moments come through challenges, right? Uranus, why am I saying Uranus? I don't know. Uranus is a challenger, right? It wants you to move out of your comfort zone. That's Aquarius. They're trying to evolve society. Aquarius, wanting to be better than who we were, right? Using our talents for each other. So this collective is so potent right now because that Uranus ruling this sign is stationary direct. So it's potent sitting on that degree, which is the 14th degree of Taurus. And the sun and moon are conjunct Pluto. Because remember, Pluto moves really slow, and the sun was conjunct Pluto on Wednesday. So conjunct means they're sitting within like a 5 to 8 degree orb of each other. This is a very powerful new moon. The most powerful, I think we're going to have, one of the most powerful that we're going to have this year. And it's at the beginning of the year. It's at the beginning of a sign. And it's conjunct Pluto, which is about to move into a new sign. And Uranus is stationary direct. And Mercury is stationary direct. And Mars just went direct. Like, do you all understand the possibility of this happening all at the same time? Very once in a lifetime. Once in like multiple lifetimes. Your soul chose to evolve during this point in time. This is a magical time of manifestation and planting seeds for transformation to be who you came here to be. Your soul has a unique mission. And are you living that mission? Or are you just like, I got to take care of things. I got to do the things. Yes, we need to also be present. Yes, I'm a mother. Yes, I'm a wife. Yes, I'm a daughter. Yes, I'm a sister. I got all these roles that I'm playing, but I also came here to be Shital Story, right? I came here to live a life that is going to change this planet. And it's doing it with just shining my light. How are you meant to shine your light? When do you feel the best? When do you feel like you're most in service? This new moon is going to bring that to the surface, right? There's a really beautiful aspect here, a sextile to Jupiter and a sextile to Neptune that is going to bring about optimism, good luck, intuition. Our soul self is going to be shining now. This is a great time to really be of service to yourself and to humanity by living your gifts and talents. If not now, then when? Uranus is going to make sure that you do it. So either you choose it or it chooses you. But either way, the path is outlined for you, right? Live your gifts. Powerful time for change. Sunday, January 22nd, Uranus moves direct. Now, stationary direct. And it's going to stay on this degree, 14th degree of Taurus, until February 2nd, y'all. So that's a really long time. So Uranus can rule Wi-Fi, right? Internet, earthquakes, lightning, catastrophic events, right? Now, coupled with the moon being closest to the earth, Uranus stationary direct, this is a time for lots of catastrophic events happening around the world. So if you live near a floodplain, if you live near a tectonic plate, if you live near places where there is some challenges with the environment, be forewarned. Now, I don't want you to be scared because we're not living in fear. We're living in power, right? I want you to live in power. Get a bottle, get bottles of water, stock up your pantry, and just be ready, right? Just be ready. That's it. You don't want to be sitting there going, it's raining. Oh my God, Chantel said it's going to rain. It's going to cry. No, I don't want you to do that. I want you to live in fear. I want you to live in power. Empower yourself with this. So just notice, if you notice that there's more, earthquakes in the world, or there's these huge atmospheric rivers that are coming to the west coast of the US, California, Vancouver, we're feeling it all along this part of the world, and we are noticing it. California is under flood advisory. There's like 2 more coming at the time that I'm recording this. So it's going to be a big week for these kinds of events. We've also seen massive forest fires that have hit Australia, that have hit the US, that have hit Europe, right? Forest fires deplete vegetation. So when there's lots of rain, what happens now? The vegetation isn't holding the soil in place. So we're going to see more landslides, right? It's just what we're seeing. And I do honor that I have privilege sitting in landlocked Alberta, where I think we had a tornado once in the 80s, right? We're not in, and I'm in wintertime. We might see some like winter storms, but it's a time now to just take notice of what's happening around you, and that climate change is real, right? Uranus is in Taurus. Taurus is about the earth, our resources, natural resources, climate, Mother Nature, right? And Uranus rules like catastrophic events like earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. So stationary direct for this amount of time, and during a super new moon where the moon is closest to the earth, physics, y'all, right? Tectonic plates are shifting. The gravity of the moon has a lot of pull on the waters of this earth, king tides, right? So just noticing that there is these weird and interesting correlations with astrology, that it is, you just can't make this up. I mean, that's why I love astrology so much, right? So just pay attention to that. It is also Sunday, January 22nd. I want to honor Chinese New Year, and it's the year of the water rabbit, which is considered a very lucky time, right? It's a very lucky time. Rabbits are considered skillful, quiet, elegant, alert. There's peace, prosperity, and a year of hope. That's something I looked up. A year of hope. I love that. So bring in the hope, bring in the faith, and be empowered. Live in power. Okay, the Pluto is about power, control, evolution. And with Pluto conjunct the sun this week, there's going to be a big thing about control and power. And I keep seeing on the internet, people are like, I want to blame this and I want to blame that. And I'm like, you have no control over any of this stuff. What I see is your grief and I see emotional pain, right? And instead of sitting in the grief and the emotional pain and the fear of everything happening to you, I want you to live in empowered of what can I control in my life? Ground into the reality, ground into the gratitude of all that you have, because you're here. You're here at this evolutionary transition time. We are birthing an amazing new collective for generations to come. And your choices, your actions, your individual skills, gifts, and experiences have come here to create this. Live in power. I'm wishing you the most amazing week. Thank you for putting up with my voice. As you can see, my energy is returned. I'm very passionate about this stuff. I'm going to go take a nap now. Have a great day. Have a great week. And thank you for